Welcome into Kayfabe Critics. I am your host, Michael Marcangelo, joined alongside my guy, Hollywood Rayshawn Buchanan, who will be on site at Ford Field this Saturday for SummerSlam. Before we get into everything, Ray, it's one of the big four. How are you feeling about this card?
I'm excited. I'll speak about me personally. This is my first time being. I'm gonna put me over in the first minute of the show. Yeah, like I said, you and I had a chance to go see Survivor Series together last year, so that was special. But for the listeners, I'm trying to get him to come with me to WrestleMania 40. But we still have time, so help me out to get him to come with me. To the link up in Philadelphia. But yeah, only big four that I haven't been to, and I get to conquer that streak or end that streak on Saturday. So I'm excited. But no, but to the card, I think there's some matches that are missing. We may get into that, we may not, but for those that will be participating in it, I'm excited to see how it unfolds. And as always, I'm hoping for a big return or big returns.
So I guess before we get into the card that's actually taking place, we do record the show on Tuesday, August 1st. We were all made aware on before Raw on Monday that Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus will not be happening at SummerSlam. What's your level of disappointment in that? And do you think that, I guess, how do you think that they've handled the entire build of their feud? Because it feels like they've dropped the ball on the big matches.
Yeah, I mean that you sent it there, but they definitely have dropped the ball. I think this would have been a great end to, or at least another chapter in there in the newfound rivalry. Um, it was built up perfectly. I feel like at the beginning, and like you said, they had some moments where it became a bit a little bit shaky there. But yeah, they missed an opportunity. So whether they could open the show, whether it could have been, the second match of the night, whatever. Um, you don't put this on a pre-show. You don't disrespect them like that, right? Put it on a pre-show. I think this is a match that would have delivered had they put on the card. Who knows? Maybe they surprised us, but once again, I doubt that because once again, if you're this close to the event, there's no way that you change the billing or what you've already been advertising thus far. But I have never seen Trish in person, so
I know you're looking forward to it.
that was that part's annoying. Um, but but it's like it's at the same time, I said that there's still some other great things that will be happening that evening. But yeah, they Triple H and whoever else was running creative for this. I think they missed an opportunity out there to show a 5-star match at SummerSlam. So
Yeah, the most interesting part about this to me is that you really don't know how many more Big Four events Trish has, right? I mean, and I don't think I'm not talking about her like she's like she can't do it anymore, but this feud, it started at WrestleMania. They planted
right,
the seeds right there, and now we're hearing that they're gonna try and have this match maybe as blow off in is it Winnipeg, Manitoba? Is that what they're doing on Raw on August 14th? It's so it either I'm missing the boat here and it pissed at them for not giving us this match at SummerSlam,
Mhm.
or they think that there's more money to be made out of this feud and they're going to prolong. So if that is the case, I'm okay with it. But I don't want this to be over on a Raw. Is that fair to say?
No facts. I mean, great. If that match happens on August 14th, that's my birthday. That would be a great present for me to watch. If that's the case on Raw. But to me, you just like how they did with Cody and Brock, and we'll get into that, later on. But it's like you could have had this could have been the first match, and then you have a second match at either Fastlane or Survivor Series, and then the trilogy could have been at WrestleMania 40 or something next year. So you could
Well,
have
I think
had
they
that.
had their first match in Saudi, right? Yeah.
Oh,
So
sorry,
this would be
gotcha.
two.
So this could have been Trish Becky 2, and then you could have ended it at Survivor Series, right? And then you could have ended it at WrestleMania 40, and then you could have had that match at WrestleMania 40, and then you could have ended it at WrestleMania 40, and then you could have ended it at WrestleMania 40, and then you could have ended it at WrestleMania 40, and then you could have ended it at WrestleMania 40, and then you could have ended it at WrestleMania 40, and then you could have ended it at WrestleMania 40, and then you could have ended it at WrestleMania 40, and then you could have ended it at WrestleMania 40, and then you could have ended it at WrestleMania 40, and then you could have ended it at WrestleMania 40, and then you could have ended it at WrestleMania 40, and then you could have ended it at WrestleMania 40, and then you could have ended it at WrestleMania 40, and then you could have ended it at WrestleMania 40, and then you could have ended it at WrestleMania 40, and then you could have ended it at WrestleMania 40, and then you could have ended it at WrestleMania 40 we'll have like team Becky versus team Trish type thing. You could have something like that where they're putting over, younger talent, and then have like some type of face off during the Royal Rumble, in January. But yeah, I don't know. They've built some other things so well. I just don't know why this, why they chose to pivot here with this program. So, some needs to give, but, once again, I'll trust Triple H and Nick Khan and, the rest of the crew to figure this out eventually, but, they need to figure it out fast.
All right. So then we don't know the order of the event yet. So I'm just going to go the order in which I think the matches are going to be.
Yeah.
So we'll start with the first one, which is the SummerSlam Battle Royal. We know that a couple of the competitors are going to be Sheamus, Ciampa, Shinsuke. Obviously, we're going to have the Alpha Academy with Chad Gable and Otis, Otis, by the way, just a small aside, he continues to get over. No matter what they do, he gets over. Yeah. So I'm not sure he would. I don't know that he is a world champ type, but I do know that we've seen people like Damian Sandow get the briefcase, lose it, and never be able to recover. And Otis is still always entertaining. And then the final person who I think we both want to win this is L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
All right, so give me your prediction for Battle Royal. I always want to talk about it because we don't know everyone that's going to be in it, but let's frame it this way. What can this match end with LA Knight not winning?
No, because I would jump off from where I'm sitting and find whoever is responsible. But we disagree. I don't know if they open with this. I think Logan Paul and Ricochet open, but like I said, we'll get into that match shortly. But if they do open with this, excuse me. Yeah, listen, LA Knight has to win. And once again, Triple H was super cryptic at the end of Money in the Bank. Oh, good things come to those who wait. I'm like, look, man, this is not 1996. If you're so mad about them putting Austin over you because you chose to give Shawn and Razor and Diesel a hug, let it go, bro. Let it go. It's okay. This man is white hot right now. And it was organic. It wasn't something that they pushed on us. Like literally, he came in as a heel, from like November to like March, and then all of a sudden, they're going with the catchphrases. They're saying, yeah. Once again, I was at another promotion or whatever. It's not like we don't work with WWE. I was at an AEW show. Like I was like, what am I? I'm not on with Ariel Hawani or
Corey
anybody.
Graves.
Yeah, okay, Chris Van Vliet, whatever. We're good. Love to have you on the show, though, guys. Come on, but yeah, I'm at AEW. Blood and Guts, which was a great show. They're yelling L Knight, yeah, and in the balcony, and I'm like, this man is over. No, like you're at another show. You're watching guys jump off cages, and there was a great match with Brett Baker. You seen MJF and Adam Cole, baby, doing a little dance. Like it was great. And next thing, but I'm like, you're screaming L.A. Knight, yeah, like unreal to me. And I think I texted you. I was like, yo, L.A. Knight is so over.
So over.
Like, it's ridiculous. So if they could be in other, once again, not even involved in this promotion, and they're saying his name. Once again, I feel like if we went to New Japan, they'd be saying it. And Impact, where he was already being Impact, like it's like come on. So I don't know. To me, there's no other result. Once again, would I be mad if Otis or Gable won? No, because like you said, Alpha Academy is over. It's super over as well. What they've done with Maxi Dupree has been awesome. So thank you. But yeah, like let's say LA Knight is the clear cut choice here. So which means he's not going to win.
Right, exactly. It's going to be someone that's not one of the names that's not listed in our rundown. Again, so we're going through what I guess the best way I should phrase this is the order of importance on the card, because we do not know the order.
Yes.
So that being said, I would say that the next match we should talk about should be Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler in an MMA rules match. We think that this is going to be Ronda's last match. It sounds like she gave them an end date, so they kind of upped the timetable as to when this match was going to happen. I will say that despite that and how rushed it feels, Shayna Baszler looks really good in this feud.
Yeah.
I mean, looks really good. So I expect Shayna to win. I just hate the MMA rules match because, I understand that there are people out there, and you do too, right? Like that love MMA and love WWE and professional wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is you can't do a worked shoot fight. It doesn't work.
Right.
So I know why they're trying to do this, but give me your take on what you're expecting from this match and who you think is going to walk out victorious.
I hope Shayna beats her ass. Like, bring back the Queen of Spades, and NXT vibes. I'm here for it. Once again, her character on the main roster is kind of flailed. She's had, that run with Nia Jax and, but they've made her weak, meaning Shayna Baszler. Like, it's time. So yeah, I hope she beats Ronda's ass Saturday night, and I'm all for it. I'll be trolling whoever's rooting for Ronda, in that section.
Do you think anyone? Do you think anyone will be rooting for Ronda?
I'm trying to think. We haven't seen it in a while, but I remember what's the last event I seen her at. Trying to remember.
We saw Survivor Series. It was
okay,
awful.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So they wasn't happy. So that's true. But there's always a few. There's always a few suckers in the crowd. So I'm sure there might be some with the the Rowdy Ronda, Rousey shirts or whatever. But Shayna. This probably will, regardless of what the order, this probably will be the second match. Unfortunately, this will be the match that we go to the bathroom on, which is unfortunate. But I think it's gonna be a good match, and I think that Shayna Baszler, mainly because she's staying, should be the one that becomes victorious.
Yeah, so I 100% agree. I also think that I think the intention of this on Ronda's part was to make sure that she left and she got her friend over, or she did the best that she did a favor. And I will say, the promos, the vignettes, everything, Shayna, this is the best that she's been on the main roster.
Oh, for sure.
She was great in NXT, but she wasn't known for her character work or her mic skills.
Yeah,
I think the vignettes about how Ronda jumped her in order and how Shayna's been working her ass off, and she introduced Ronda to wrestling, and she was still passed over. Like, that's a real story,
Right. Which is why I think it makes it so. I think anytime something is personal, like once again, when you believe something, I saw Jessica talk about that on the interview we did recently. Like, you have to believe what you're saying. If you're not believing what you're saying, the fans are going to get it. They're going to know. So yeah, there's nothing. They didn't have to work for this. This everything they're talking about happened in real life, and it's there. It's documented. It's there. So they're just like, all right, let's just talk about it. You screwed me, and so okay, now it's time to get my payback. Period.
Right. So if this is Ronda's final match, real quick, what do you make of her run? From 2018 through now, would you qualify it or classify it as a success, or has the last year and a half kind of tainted that for you?
So last year and a half, underwhelming. The first 2 years, so from 2018 to through WrestleMania 35, phenomenal. Like, it was her match at Money in the Bank with Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss coming to cash in on the way down. See what I did there?
Yeah.
I thought that run was awesome. I thought that she really connected with the crowd as best she could. Surprisingly was really good as a face. I think that, I think people thought automatically she would come in as a heel and be that. I don't think she really could take being booed, honestly. And I think that's where I think some things really didn't resonate with her well, because she was like, yo, like I and my father y'all went crazy over, and now I'm the supposed heel, and y'all can't stand me, but like I'm the baddest woman on the planet. Like what's wrong with y'all type thing? So, yeah, like I said, that first year and a half, two, I thought that she delivered in every way. Um, but yeah, the last year or so, and maybe I don't know whether she was lack of interest. I don't know if it was something where she wasn't feeling it, or maybe our creative just didn't know what direction to really go with her. I did enjoy her match with Liv Morgan. I thought that was a good program that they had, for shortly. And, she put, but I will say she did kind of become like the female Brock. That when she wanted to work and wanted to, put you over, so to speak, she would make you look really good in the ring. And like the Liv Morgan is a product of that. I would have liked to see her have matches with Raquel Rodriguez one-on-one. I mean, we'll speak about her shortly as well. I feel like that would have been a hell of a matchup in the future for who knows. Maybe she gets a renewed sense for the business and comes back at some point. But like I said, right now, it's in the last year, some change to me outside of the Liv Morgan program was underwhelming. But I would say, but overall, it was decent.
Yeah, I think that 2018 to 2019 run was maybe unfair to her. It would be hard to top because she was so good in that tag match with Kurt against Triple H and Stephanie. I mean, and she surprised everybody. And then that entire run, I would say that she lived up to it.
Yep.
I thought that her coming back at the Rumble I thought it was really cool. And this is why I don't think that, like, I'm not going to knock her on the fact on her not being like interested, because she did come back. What was it, 5 months after giving birth? So you don't do that for something that you don't care about,
Right.
I just think the fact that her last Survivor Series match was against Shotzi. This is not. I'm not taking any digs at Shotzi, but that was a bad match, and you should not use Ronda in that way. Like, in my opinion, that's like Brock versus Dean Ambrose at Mania. Like it was a throwaway.
Yeah.
It's Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez, right?
Yep. Whatever. Yep.
Are we sure that that's happening?
I hope so. I love that. I first saw Raquel Rodriguez on the Dusty Rhodes Classic when they did the tag team thing. I was like, whoa, she popped up on the screen for me, and I was like, that's a future world champion, I thought in my mind. Now she's not going over Saturday night against Rhea. Let's be honest. But her time will come. I think she should be next winner of the Women's Royal Rumble. I think she's ready, in my opinion. So yeah, I think that's going to be a good match. Rhea, when she wants to, can go with anybody and have a match of the year candidate. So
that it's not on the card.
Oh, I saw it on there. Maybe not. Then maybe it's not. But I thought it was. To me, I don't. Oh, actually, you know what? It's not actually. Nope, it's not.
Card, no.
It was supposed to be. Well, either way, it don't take away from what I said. Like Raquel, like you deserve that moment. So maybe they do it for you at Fastlane, or they do it for you in the Super Showdown, that's not the name of it, but that's essentially what it is in India in September.
Crown Jewel.
No, it's not even called Crown Jewel. The name is something different. That's the thing. It's weird. It's I just know it's in India, so it should be that. They always change the name and shit. I'm like, just call it what you would call it. Unless I guess maybe legally they can't call it something. But either way, they don't take away. I said Raquel Rodriguez is a future world champion. To me, I'd like to see the title defended a bit more. Coming from Rhea. But once again, I'm not in creative, and I'm not the one who makes the booking, so it is what it is. So.
I just love Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, so, she's phenomenal. She's great.
So they could do. Great. I think more Rhea is always better, but I'm down for her to have a Roman Reigns-esque title reign because she's so good. I mean, she's so good.
Yeah. I mean, listen, she is the leader of the Judgment Day. Like, for those that say anything different, like you don't know what you're talking about. Like, yeah, she's gotten them over damn near single-handedly. And You know, uh, what China did for HBK and Hunter, she doing it for Dom. And once again, Dom is not going to reach what HBK and Triple H are before people, get their pains in a bunch and say, "Oh, he's no." I'm just saying, what we saw China do early on, how she added to that group and really made, they're not DX without her, so we can say what they want to do.
Yep.
Judgment Day is not what it is without Rhea, and then once again, Dom is not what he's becoming as a heel without Rhea's help. So she's really on in a major way, and I love it. Once again, I want to see that match happen at some point. So I'm hoping that they do that for her.
All right. So we have 6 matches left to go through. And here's the thing. I think every single one of these matches could be a match of the night candidate. So now I'm just going to leave the title matches, towards the end. So we'll go in, again, no particular order. Ricochet versus Logan Paul. I thought, I think that that this match is going to be, a spot fest for to some degree. But that promo that Logan did on Raw, that's money. Yet that is money, and he should only ever be a fucking heel in WWE because he's so damn good. He points out the fact that the ring announcer is Ricochet's fiance, and that says, "Don't take it personal when your girl says my name." I mean, that's just fucking perfect.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So Logan's gonna win, right?
He should. He should. So, like Ricochet's established. Like we know what Ricochet can do. We know. It's funny. Ironically, one of my favorite matches of Ricochet was when he beat Samoa Joe for the U.S. title at like Battleground, like 3 or 4 years ago. I thought that was a hell of a match. I thought that he should have ascended a little bit more at that moment. It didn't work out that way. Obviously, with the pandemic and else was that went on. But yeah, like Ricochet is a beast. But needless to say, if you're trying to build a new star, in Logan Paul, you have to put him over in this match. And once again, they thrown him in with some real talent. Once again, he has the match with Roman Reigns and held his own. Once again, obviously we obviously knew he wasn't going to win that match against Roman, but the fact that he held his own while he buckled his knee at that moment, like that was really that was a telltale sign that he may not be there right now, but he's damn sure going to be someone that's up next. So yeah, I'm excited to see what he does. I think that we're gonna see some moves that we haven't seen from either side. But yeah, like Logan Paul should definitely go over in this bout. So
100% agree. Next is Cody Brock 3. So I just want to say I don't know if you've caught it yet, but the making of the American Nightmare documentary on Peacock about Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, I know it's already out. I need to watch it though.
You got to watch it because there's just something about Cody Rhodes that makes you root for him. And what's interesting to me,
hard times.
That's right. But what's interesting to me about him is that he was starting to get booed in a promotion that he fucking started. And because they didn't appreciate him. Now, I think that, we always talk about how the fan base of the WWE, the WWE universe, they're fickle. And if they feel like they're have someone shoved down their throat, they're going to boo him. Cody Rhodes has been shoved down our throats for a year and a half, and everyone still loves him because he's that good. Yep. And credit to Brock for losing to Cody clean. So in this feud. So this is the third one. What do you think happens to SummerSlam?
Cody wins. I
think.
I mean, Brock. I mean, then again, seeing Brady, he didn't need to streak either.
I disagree with that. By the way,
yeah, I just wish it was Bray Wyatt. That's what I mean. I feel like Bray, when he fought the next year, I feel like that should have been someone. Give it to that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, give it to a guy that was he could have been built a new face of fear. Like that. That's how I would have viewed it, in my opinion. But most of that's almost 10 years old. That's wild. But no, I think Cody goes over. and then they move on to another program. This is a feud I didn't know I needed. I was pissed when this happened. Cause I was gladly a part of the finish the story crew. Like if I could have had it on my shirt and been like, Cody is to finish the story. Like I would have had that on.
Yeah,
Front of the shirt, back of the shirt, whatever. Like I still want that. Like I still want that to happen. I would love for him to win back-to-back Royal Rumble. Like I would book it that way. I don't care. Like whoever's mad, stay mad. I would book him to win that and go on to win at WrestleMania next year in Philadelphia. But yeah, this has been great, and I love what I saw on what do you call it on Monday night.
Raw.
It's funny. Oh yeah, on Raw, right, on Monday on Raw, and it's funny because the fact that my mom is a San Martino, Dusty Rhodes, Ric Flair. That's my mom's. So I know that this is something because like man, that Cody Rhodes is something. And once again, my dad, this is not my mom's ever to watch us in box forward. But she was like, yeah, like, this, Brock, I can't believe she can't believe that Brock Lesnar still wrestling. So I was just like, yeah, like, he's been out there and she got me tickets to the 3 Royal Rumble when he won all them years ago. So, she's like, wow. So that's how you know how over Cody is. Like if my mom is saying that she was a fan of his father, that he's over for real. So yeah, for that reason alone, Cody is okay on Saturday night. But I'm gonna say I won't be surprised if Brock wins, but I think Cody gets the win there.
I mean, there is something old school about Cody. I don't know. I truly don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the respect that he earned from all of us for fighting with that torn pec. So that was gruesome, and I think he built up a lot of equity with fans of the WWE. But to your point, I was a part of the finished story gimmick. I loved it. But why not? Shawn won the Royal Rumble in '95 and lost the main event, and then won the Royal Rumble again the next year and won it. But the story did it. This isn't a new thing from WWE, right?
Yeah.
So I think the lazy take is to say, well, they screwed this up. I don't know if they did yet. I don't think that they have.
But unfortunately, and this is unfortunate, no one remembers. Well, we remember because that was our childhood. He's your favorite wrestler of all time. We remember that the boyhood dream has come true. Like that will forever be etched in our minds. I don't know if this era doesn't have that. Maybe the Daniel Bryan win at WrestleMania 30. The miracle kid, like maybe yeah. Obviously Eddie Guerrero on No Way Out in 04. Like maybe those moments stick out, but they don't. This era doesn't have that moment. So I think at WrestleMania 39, and once again, I was going crazy. I'm like the kick out the way. We hit the cross out. I'm like, I'm like 1, 2, and then the Roman kicks out, and it's like, I was just like, no, like, and it had to happen now. So I was furious, but yeah, but no, like you said, you definitely have the old school vibes from I just think it's because of who Dad is, and I think that I think for a long time he was kind of shy away. He was trying to get away from that that vibe. But I think now that he's embraced, being Dusty's son and being someone that has a little bit of old school flavor to him, it's working in his favor. So
I think
I think he's awesome.
He can rely.
Yeah, I didn't love Stardust. I didn't love.
Yeah, he didn't either.
Rhodes.
I loved dashing Cody Rhodes. I loved dashing Cody Rhodes.
So,
but I would just say, I think now he's okay with being mentioned with Dusty Rhodes. He doesn't need to rely on it. Like he would have if he had come out as Cody Rhodes and been doing this like the American Nightmare before. I love his gimmick, but I love Brock.
Yeah.
Brock gets a lot of shit for his part-time schedule.
Mm-hmm.
But aside from the Dean Ambrose match at Mania, can you tell me in this run since he came back in 2012, what's one match that has not lived up to it?
Well, I mean, objectively, like I was pissed at that Cena squash match. I was pissed, but I get it. It made sense at that time. He just beat Taker.
Right.
Yeah, I get it. But no, he delivers. Maybe Mania 34, maybe. I was there. Whether they trying to pipe in the noise or not, the boos were heavy that night. Fans were pissed. The people thought that they were mad about that match. They did not want that to be inside. So I don't care what they said on TV. I'm telling you, because I was in the building, I was at the Superdome, and Superdome was super loud. So remember Hulk Hogan, Superdome, not Superdome. He did that crowd was livid. And that's when the Beach Bowl era started to come back a little bit. Like they were pissed. So maybe that match. It sucks that him and Drew weren't in front of a crowd. I thought that would have been, and I feel like they should have went back to that. I feel like Drew carried y'all in the pandemic. Give him. I mean, I know he ended up getting another run as champion, but I'm like, that we should have got that energy that he had in Minute Maid Field that night. I thought that was just incredible. But no, the last, even from his run for 2020, whatever to now, like, Brock's been, he has given back to the business in multiple ways. So maybe to your point, maybe that's why they ended up having him go over on Saturday. But yeah, he has delivered from the time he came back from UFC in 2012. Like, I can't think of too many matches where like it was underwhelming. So, maybe 2 or 3. But other than that, he's been everything he was supposed to be.
Yeah, I scrap WrestleMania 36, right? Is that what it was in the PC? That doesn't count. Doesn't count. Because that was terrible. But I think
there were some good matches that night, though. I'm saying that,
but for him, it was not. It was not fair because he needs the crowd. But for some guy, he doesn't play to the crowd, but the crowd loves seeing Brock Lesnar. Yeah, it feels more important when he's in the ring and there are people around the ring. All right, next match, triple threat: Asuka versus Charlotte Flair versus the EST of WWE, Bianca Belair, for the WWE Women's Championship. This just like the other couple of matches that we just talked about, this could steal the show.
So I'm going to drag it on now. I'll put it on record right now. This will be the match of the night. Once again, but I will say this before we go further. And I don't know who was it on, who's to blame, who's not to blame. I don't know how they've made Asuka look like the third wheel here. But it's wild to me. Asuka was a monster in NXT. She was a monster in her first year being up on the main roster. And obviously Charlotte, be sure at WrestleMania 34. You got to do with her better than what it is. And I get it. It's the language barrier. She's now starting to do a little bit of English. She had to Jerry miss for a while. I don't know. I don't know how to get back to what she was and that NXT run with the Empress of Tomorrow stuff. I don't know. Maybe she needs her foil Ember Moon to come back, but I doubt that. But them two put on some great matches during that time. But yeah, needless to say, I think this is the match of the night. I'm ready for the Bianca Hill turn. I'm ready. I think since they've been hissing at it and kind of gauge what people are feeling. I get it. She sells merch and she got the hair slinging and a lot of little girls love her. But I think it's time. I think that the character, as much as I love her, has got a little bit stale. What happened with Bayley, and a heel turn, I think would do her justice right now.
Yeah. And by the way, it doesn't have to be a real heel turn. Becky Lynch turned heel in 20.
She's not Becky, though.
Sure, but she turned heel.
I love her, but yes, not Becky.
But Charlotte's still in the match. So listen, I'm not advocating for a Charlotte win because I've seen enough of those. However, if Charlotte does win and Bianca shakes her hand after and then beats the shit out of her with her ponytail, that is it. That's all you need to do. And then she can just start talking about how she's how she's the baddest. Like the EST's in there. You can do whatever you want, but you don't need to. She doesn't need to be a chicken shit heel. She can be a badass heel, and if she is that for 2 months, people are going to cheer for her again because she has everything.
Yeah. That's true. I mean, you put it that way. Yeah, I'm here. I'm here for it. But it's just like, either way, I'm good for either one to happen. I'm good with that. I'm good with your scenario. And I'm good with the the full on heel turn. Putting her together with the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley, because I'd be here for that.
Yeah, but again, like she'd have to be a badass for that. She can't be a chicken shit heel because those three gentlemen are badasses. And they didn't they'll present themselves that way.
But she's she's put together. So I think that would be that she's put together. So that would be dope. That would be dope.
I agree.
Yeah, yeah. So please Triple H, please push the idea. Please make it happen by Survivor Series. Please.
I'm more comfortable with it knowing that Triple H is head of creatives because I don't think he'll screw her up. Right. So I think we're in a much better spot. The World Heavyweight Championship match will be between Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. This is a callback to the inaugural Universal Championship, in which Finn was 24 hours before he before he was injured. I think, surprisingly, because of how outlandish Seth Rollins has been recently, but I do love him still. They've done a good job making this match feel important and personal. But before you talk about that,
it is.
Who do you have winning the triple threat match? Because I do have Charlotte Flair.
I got Bianca winning it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So World Heavyweight title. But you said this is personal. Elaborate on that.
So yeah, of course, personal. Like for him to he gets injured in the match. And once again, 7 is a number of completion. It's been a 7-year long journey to get back to this moment. So he's gone through Demon Fan, he's come back to regular fan, he joined went back to the Bullet Club, came back, now joined Judgment Day. Seth Rollins skyrocketed from there. Once again, he already had a rocket attached to his back, but after
just
that,
remember though, Seth Rollins didn't win the Universal title the next night. It was Kevin Owens.
Right, exactly. Right, correct. Which that's one of the best matches I've ever seen on Raw. So that was great. Triple H went old school and just said, hey, it had everybody in there for it, including me. Well, here we go. Seth's gonna win it, and boom, drops the pedigree. That was great. But yes, Seth's gets into that feud with Triple H after that. He ends up winning another IC title after that. Like he becomes a Grand Slam champion. Like so many things that come the Universal champion again a couple times over. So a lot of things have happened for Seth since that moment in 2016. He's essentially been the face of the company outside of Roman. For that time. So I think that Finn, people saw Finn as someone who could be a guy that could be one of the faces. He wouldn't have been the face, but he would have been a face of the company. So I think in times he felt that he's been royally screwed. And story wise, he has to win. Like there's no scenario that makes sense for Seth to win, unless you're looking for Damian Priest to cash it on Finn, and it causes a rift between Judgment Day, so on and so forth. But to me, you have Finn win. He comes out Monday Night Raw and issues a challenge. Wins. Priest comes in from behind, hits him with the briefcase, hits him with the South of Heaven. 1, 2, 3, and your new World Heavyweight Champion. Damian Priest. I think that would be gold if that happens.
So I'm with you here. I do think Seth Rollins is going to win this match, and I think Damian's going to cash it on him at SummerSlam. And that's going to drive the rift between the Judgment Day.
Yeah.
It'll be a slow build.
Yep. Slow build up. Yep.
And I'm okay with that. I listen.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of already seen it. Because it's already happened a little bit at Money in the Bank. So they tease it. I think kind of see what the reaction would be. I mean, once again, listen, we'll be in Detroit. I don't expect Detroit to react the same way that they did in London. I think that fans there'll still be a pop.
Oh yeah.
For it, but as it should be. But yeah, I think, like I said, yeah, story wise, regardless of which way they go with it, like Finn needs to win Saturday. He also needs to finish the story, so to speak. But I can totally see them going the route of you thought that you had me, yeah, that you had me, and I got you one more time. So, and he goes back to the reclaim, rebuild, redesign era. The visionary strikes again.
I mean, it would be hard for this match not to be great because they're just so good, both of them. They're just so damn good.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, what I understand there's a title match. And I know we don't know the order. I just always think it's special when Seth starts a pay-per-view. I think they sorry.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, PLE, sorry. Premium Live, sorry, my bad. He knows he always steals the show when he opens. And I've been there for some of them. Remember, he did it back-to-back WrestleManias. We did it at 34 when he won the IC title, in that Fatal 4-Way. He beats Brock at 35, for the Universal. I just think I don't know. He's just that guy. Like when he opens the show or closes it, like, he delivers at any spot, but I just think to really get the crowd going and, I just think when he opens the show, he's as good as anybody, from any era. So, in my opinion.
Yep, wholeheartedly agree. All right, so we have Drew McIntyre challenging Gunther for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. I'm all aboard the Gunther train. He is so fucking good.
Yeah,
he's believable. Mm-hmm. I mean, if they do it right, they could print money with him. But I also love Drew McIntyre. So.
Yeah.
I think Gunther needs to win this match, and I'm picking him to win it, but I'm sad about it because I never like betting against Drew.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we saw what they did at WrestleMania. I actually thought honestly, I would have been okay if they made the show with that again. It was part 2 with Sheamus and had it to, remember Sheamus is still, I guess that's still his title that is booked that he hasn't won as the IC title, apparently. So I thought that would have been a great part 2. That'd have been awesome to have that in Detroit. But yeah, Drew, I didn't love Drew at WrestleMania 35. I thought that, I hated that match with him and Roman. I thought that was a terrible match. But by the time I said he did what he did for Roman 2020, I was like, oh, okay, like this is what the chosen one was supposed to be all along. And he finally got it at that. But yeah, listen, Gunther's gonna win. Why? Because they've already when they start putting up that day sheet like they did with Roman Reigns, and he's gonna surpass Honky Tonk Man. He's gonna get that record. And to be honest, and it grew on me. I didn't love it at first, but it was good. Ladies and gentlemen, I demand all your gratitude for the ring general, your intercontinental champion. Gunther, and then the music dropped. I'm like, yo, that is so fucking cold, bro. That shit is so dope. Like, I love it. So I wanted to see that still happen. So for that alone, forget about what he's a great wrestler, but forget just for the entrance alone, what Lower Kaiser does on a weekly basis. Like, I can't wait to get that on tape. I got 2 phones. So I'm gonna make sure one of them right there. Like, and I'm gonna be saying it with them. I demand all your gratitude. Like, I cannot wait to see that in person. So yeah, listen, we love Drew, like you said, love you, Drew, mean it. In the words of Arn Anderson, it's not your night, brother.
Right.
So just let let Gunther get this win, and keep pushing the gravy train because he's a problem.
Before we get to the main event, I just have a question.
Yep.
Where's Austin Theory?
Maybe he's on the way to being fired like the prototype was. Oh, I know he's the U.S. title. I know he's the U.S. champion.
Right.
It's been a super, 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 super underwhelming run.
It started off great though. It started off good.
It did. Great. Grayson Waller is everything people think Austin Theory is. I love Grayson Waller. I think he's a dick, but I love him. I think he's great. I think he's great for. I think they should put his head on him. Make that a feud, and go from there. I think that would be phenomenal. But I think that the reaming out that John Cena did in Boston, a few months back, right before WrestleMania, when he was like, "You don't believe your promos, you don't believe this, you don't believe that." That was a tongue lashing in public, but I'm pretty sure John said what Triple H thinks, with the Khan may think, with whoever else is running creative back there, especially whoever else was back there. Like, I'm pretty sure they all feel the same way. Once again, he has a talent. Because he grew on me too. Because I was like, I was kind of shaky, but by the time we found out Survivor there, I was like, oh, okay, like that was a heck of a match for the U.S. title. With Lashley, him and Lashley.
Boston went nuts.
And Boston, yeah, exactly, went crazy. So, I don't know how he recaptures that, but maybe take the title off him. I don't know if they have to rebrand him a certain way. He's not a natural heel. He's just not. He's not. He is babyface. Like Grayson Waller makes you believe that that's how he is all the time. Like he just like,
yep.
It's the Grayson Waller effect, like the Aussies rule. Like you believe that he's a dick 24/7. Austin Theory is trying to be something that he's not. So just turn him face. He's not going to be 03 Cena. That's very hard. It's very hard to come in there and say, I just put my nuts in your face. Like you're not going to be that guy. And it's very hard. He can't even be what the Acclaim is right now. And I love that given too. I love the Acclaim. I think they're awesome. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what they do with him, but something's got to give.
He needs to come out during SummerSlam and cut a promo on the fans and blame them for not having a match.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Do that.
That'd be great.
Do it.
That'd be great. And then maybe who knows, turn it into a challenge, have someone return and come back and do it.
Yeah,
that'd be great. That'd be great. Maybe that's what they do. Who knows?
It's main event time. And
yes,
if you've been listening to us or been watching WWE for the last 3 years, the main event. There's only one man that is in the main event, and it is the head of the table, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, taking on main event Jey Uso for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship in a tribal combat match.
Yeah,
I think that gimmick's stupid, but I do love that the head of the table moniker is up in this match. I think Jey, this is full circle too, because this is how it started. This is how the bloodline started. How I'm not going, and I know you are. This match for me is, if this was a pay-per-view and not a PLE, I'd pay $50 to see it. Yeah. That's how invested I am in Roman Reigns and the bloodline. So, how do you think this match is going to play out? And who do you got winning?
Well, you teed me up perfect, and I got to say it. Main event, Jey is in your bitch. Yes, sir. I'm ready for the Empire to fall at this moment. I love what Roman's been able to do. He is, his back is probably tired because he has carried this company on his back the last 2 years. Hell, really the last 5, if we're being truthful. This is a perfect way for it to end. He needs time off. Me and Roman. So let him come back during Survivor Series or something like that. Or I don't know if he's shooting a movie or whatever. That might be the case too. But yeah, it's main event Jey. It's time, baby. Granted, I know it was a tribal combat too. I'm saying it's gonna be the first clean finish. I doubt that. And just once again, I am a fan of clean finishes. I want this to be clean. I doubt it. Solo and someone else is going to get involved. I do think this is where Jimmy comes back. I think Jimmy comes back and helps out in this mode. And I think that Roman goes off on Solo after he loses. And then Solo turns him. And that would be the most beautiful end to the story. Once again, things that are logical usually doesn't happen. So it probably won't happen that way. But in my mind, and if I'm booking it, it's main event Jey goes over, Solo turns on Roman. Roman fades off to the sunset for a few months and then comes back.
Okay. So I'm going to beat a dead horse here. But I never want to see Roman Reigns lose because I just love everything that they've been doing. But tribal combat means that there are no rules. I fully suspect that Solo is going to interfere on behalf of Roman Reigns.
Yes.
I think it's now or never for this. So you have to have The Rock interfere and cost Roman Reigns the match. Yep. And that way you get the belt off of Roman. Jey gets the rub from being in there as well. And we can finally have that Rock versus Roman Reigns match. And it won't be for a title. So it's not going to be, conclusive as to who's going to win at WrestleMania in Philadelphia, which I will more than likely be at with you, Ray. But if The Rock's there, like this is now the time to do it. Actors are on strike. He needs good publicity. Bring him in because that place will go fucking nuts if it looks like Roman has outsmarted or the odds are stacked against Jey. And all of a sudden you hear that if you smell, I can't what are you going to do?
Listen, I'm probably bringing these with me because they're my shades. Like the child that came with me probably will sit there and cry probably. Did I cry when the Hardy Boys came back? In WrestleMania 33, like I lost my mind. I just hope that I know what section I'm sitting in. I just hope that I'm facing the ring where I'm sitting. So I'm hoping that I'm not near the real. Not near the real. I'm falling happen. It's like I'm falling over. No more co-hosts. It's over. It's over. So I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm hoping I'm like towards the other side or something. We're still seeing them come down. Expect a very crazy video if that's the case. A video of taking going crazy and me yelling in the background like a 10-year-old kid. But yeah, no, I totally agree. I'd rather see that Survivor Series, but I get it. I understand. I'm looking for like a Becky Randy Orton type of turn right now. That's what I'm looking for. I want that to happen.
Well, maybe the Raw for SummerSlam, maybe, but like this is The Raw's not working right now. Bring it in.
Sure. I mean, no. I mean, sure. I mean, so maybe that's how they luck into it. I know he's now 51 now. I know he's still in great shape, so I don't know. Where the cardio is. So one thing, there's different cardio doing stuff for movies as opposed to, getting in the ring. I love his run from 2011 to 2014. I thought that he still had it. It took him a little while. The cardio verbally wasn't great at times. And seeing the guy that's asking, I'm on the mic. It's all, don't worry, Rock. It's all
on the wrist.
So shout out to Miz for that. But yeah, that would be great if that's the case. Like I said, I'd settle for this Randy Orton and Big E coming back, one of those two coming back. But listen, if I had an instant smell, or even the Hollywood Rock,
yeah.
So actually that would be more subtle because how long that is, and it's like hitting helicopters and what's going on? And you're like, and that would be that was his best team anyway. I know people,
and he is Hollywood Rock.
Exactly. So I think that would be perfect. And then maybe you turn Roman face after that, and you go from there. So
right. So
Perfect.
well, just to be clear, we both have Jey winning this match.
Yes. Yep.
Which means that
Roman's
Roman's going to win.
going to retain.
The,
Yep.
the Rock's not showing up, and neither is Biggie or Roman.
I mean,
Right.
it's great because they have another cousin that's in
Oh yeah,
he's in different promotion, like, and he's I know he's using Amaga's finish. I'm like, yo, it sucks that there's no forbidden door here, because that would be phenomenal to bring him over there and come into the match, and that would be great. That would be great. Cinema, they're calling it now. That would be phenomenal. But that's what we're thinking, because that's not what happened. So,
all right, but before we wrap it up here, Ray, favorite SummerSlam match of all time?
Oh, Hunter and Sean 02. Like, there's no, it's not even
Not even close.
It's not even close. There's other matches that have been great. I think that same year, Mysterio and Angle were phenomenal. That it just shows how great that card was that they fucking opened the match. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's kind of how I see Seth the way I see Kurt. Like, Kurt could have been any. And he talked about how he's like, well, if I didn't leave, I'd have been the GOAT. And I'm like, I don't know about you being the GOAT, but you definitely would have been in the top 3 or maybe top 5, maybe. He was that good as well. But yeah. Hunter, that SummerSlam 02. The promos up to that, who beat you up, and it was you, and it was like, damn right, it was me, and it comes back, I'll be ready, say SummerSlam. And it's just like, it was great there. And like I said, come back with the wife beater and some jeans, and it's just like the dude never lost a fucking step. Like,
and I just love it because he always says, I dressed that way because I just didn't know. I didn't know if I could be the old HBK. And Hunter says, within 30 seconds of being in the ring with him, I knew that he hadn't lost a step. That match was perfect.
Unreal.
Storytelling was perfect, and Sean, I think, saying like, "Don't hunt what you can't kill," like that is, I love that match. So I'm glad that we're we're in agreement here. Do you have a second? Yeah. I feel like that should have taken longer. What's your second favorite SummerSlam match of all time?
Oh, I just second favorite. What did they call SummerSlam Highway to Hell at some point?
Yeah, there's 98. It's Austin. Okay, Austin versus the Taker.
Yeah, so that match, yeah, I thought that was awesome. Obviously Stone Cold was white hot at that moment. Taker had a pretty good run, obviously at that time as well. So yeah, that's probably that. And then, like I said, if we do, like I just talked about the other match, but yeah, Angle and Mysterio, like that would be my 3. So Hunter, HBK, Austin, Taker at 98 SummerSlam. And then, Taker, and then Mysterio and Angle, that opening match was just crazy. But if you want, I feel like what your next one would be. I feel like I know, but you can say what your next one would be.
My next one is actually Cena versus Rollins, winner take all, in Brooklyn. I loved that. I absolutely. I'm not. We talked about this last time. I'm not all for like celebrity interferences, and Jon Stewart's not very believable. But the fact that he turned on Cena and Rollins and the place went absolutely crazy. Ballistic. So that's my second favorite. My third favorite is Shawn and Razor from '95, the ladder match part 2.
Got you. Okay. Yeah. So it's funny, right? Because it happened the same weekend, meaning on the same weekend that Jon Stewart turned on
Sasha versus Bayley.
So I don't, regardless of the era, to me that's a top 5 match ever.
Yeah, not women's match.
No match. Yeah, not women's match. No, ever. I watch that match 3 or 4 times a year, and I know what's going to happen. I know that Sasha's gonna, stomp on her hand. I know exactly how it's gonna go. I know the kickouts. I know how the crowd's gonna go crazy. I know that Sasha's gonna be crying because she's so happy that her friend won. Like it's so that was just so beautifully put together. That's a top 5 match that I've ever seen. And like I said, yeah, it's like the fact that and NXT at that time was just sensational.
Unbelievable.
So yeah, it was great. So
All right. So for Rayshawn Buchanan, this is Michael Marcangelo saying, enjoy SummerSlam this Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Ray was going to be on site, so get ready. So make sure you're following us on Twitter, Threads, Instagram, because there's going to be some crazy ass videos. That will do it for Kayfabe Critics. We'll talk to you next week.